Welcome back, students. Today we are going to learn how to create an assembly in Creo, and we're actually going to do it with parts that were created in Inventor because you have in Canvas IPT files. These are part files. So rather than recreating all this geometry in Creo, which is what you would have to do in a normal situation, but we're going to take parts that already exist. And these parts were created in Inventor. And we're going to take these Inventor parts, we're going to bring them into Creo, we're going to convert them to a Creo part, and then we're going to build the assembly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually go over to Canvas. Now, so in Canvas, go ahead and log into Canvas and go to CAD 241 and come down to Module 10, how to create, oh, sorry, not Module 10, excuse me, Module 11. We're going to go from Inventor to Creo. Now, what you see here are IPT files that I've already provided for you. So we're going to open these up and go ahead and we're going to right-click on that link and we're going to save the link as base plate. But I've already created a folder, and you should do the same thing, called Inventor to Creo. Go ahead and create you a folder where you're going to save these parts. So I'm going to click on Inventor to Creo, and I'm going to save this part file in my folder called Inventor to Creo Assembly. Save. So that's my first part. I'm going to go back to Modules. Okay. Go back to Module 11. This time, open this one up. Click on Bearing. Okay. Right-click on this and save link as. All right. Again, make sure you're in the right folder that you've created. And again, I named this one Inventor to Creo Assembly. This is my bearing, and I'm going to save it. All right. So I'm going to go back to Modules and click here. And this time I'm going to open up the cap screw. Right click on this, save link as, and this is cap screw. Notice again, it's going into this folder. Make sure you keep all the parts in the same folder. Save. Okay, modules. And now we're going to go to the last part. And I'm going to right click on this, save link as collar. Save. All right, so I've saved all of my files, Inventor files. These are not Creo files, these are Inventor. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to go and open up, come in here and open up Creo. All right, the beauty here is I can go to open and I want to go to my documents and Inventor to Creo, and we have to find the right file. So come down here, arrow down here where it says type, and we have to find IPT files. So you can directly import IPT files into Creo. So here we go, Inventor part. Click on this, and I'm going to click on base plate and open. Okay, so do a file, save as. Again, and now we're going to give it a new name. So I'm just going to call this base plate dash 1. Okay, and say OK. Now I'm a file, I'm going to open. Again, we have to arrow down, and this is where Mr. Morris has the most difficulty sometimes, is trying to find IPT, but here it is. Open up the bearing, IPT, open. Okay, so here's the part. You can hold your scroll wheel down and move it around. Again, this part was created in Inventor, not in Creo. I'm in File, Save As, and we're going to call this bearing dash 1. Okay, and it's going to get the extension .prt. That's a part file with Creo. And Inventor is IPT. Okay, Inventor part file. Select OK. Okay, so that's our second part. File, open. Again, we're going to come there to IPT. Where are you hiding, IPT? Right here. Click on the cap screw. Open. Now notice this doesn't have the threads on it because usually that's just a picture in Inventor. The threads are a picture file. It represents the threads. I'm going to do a file, save as, and I'm going to call this cap screw dash 1. Select OK. Okay, now we're going to go File, Open, and we're going to come down here. We're going to find IPT file right here. And this time I'm going to open up Collar, Open. All right, File, Save As. And we're going to call this Color dash 1. Okay, select OK. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close some of these out. And now we're going to build an assembly. All right, so I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to New. This time, click on Assembly. Okay, over here, select Design, and we're going to call this Inventor dash 2 dash Creo. So this is going to be our assembly. Say OK. All right, so up here in the menu, you will see Assemble, Assemble, and guess what? Here are our Creo parts. So I'm going to select this one, Open. All right. Now, this one's fine. I'm going to select OK. That's my base plate. All right. Now I'm going to bring in the next part here. Okay. I'm going to bring in the next part. So here we go. File. Open. Oh, sorry. We need to go to Assemble. Sorry about that. You need to go to Assemble. Assemble, and we're going to click on Bearing. Open. And we need to now mate this part to the base. And the way we do that, up here on the menu bar, come down and arrow down right here. Okay, we're going to select coincident in just a moment. But before I do that, if you hold your mouse button down, left mouse button, you can rotate this accordingly. I want to rotate this so I can see the underside of this. Now I'm going to go to coincident, select here, and then select here. Okay, now see how that's lined up? It's lined up. See, it's on that plane. All right, now I'm going to do one more of those. I'm going to do coincident, and I'm going to come down here and select the I'm going to scroll in, select the very bottom of that circle, and then there. Okay, and I'm going to select OK and cross my fingers. Okay, it stayed. Thank goodness, right? All right, so those two parts are assembled. Now we're going to go to assemble, and we're going to click on collar, open. Again, we can rotate this. Okay, we can rotate this accordingly. And what I'm going to do is I want the underside of this to coincide with the top side of this. Okay, now I need to flip it. See, it's still upside down. Over here is a little flip arrow. See how it flipped it? All right, now I got one more to do. Hold down your scroll wheel to rotate this about. Coincident. Click here, and here, and select OK. All right, we're almost there, folks. Almost there. All right, now. All right. So now we have to put our screws in here. So I'm going to go to assemble, assemble, cap screw, open. All right. And I use the coincide a lot, coincident rather. Click on here, click on here. Now you can drag this up. Okay, you can see that it's in line. I'm going to do coincident again. And I'm going to click here. Hold my scroll wheel down as you rotate this about here. Let me try that one again. Hang on. All right. Let me try that one again. I'm going to go to coincident. Oops. Hey, there it went. It went. All right, good. Try it again. All right. So we'll do one more. For some reason, it didn't go, but it did when I hit the accept. Go to assemble, assemble, cap screw, open. There we go. Again, you can rotate this about if you want to. But I'm going to go to coincident. And there's usually several ways to do the same thing. This is just the way Mr. Morris is doing it. Here. I'm going to click there. Okay, let me undo that. I didn't like the way that happened. Okay. So we're going to do one more time, coincident. Let's see if we get lucky here. Okay, there it is. I'm going to pull it up. Hold the left mouse button as you pull it back up through like this. It's very similar to Inventor. Some ways it's easier, some ways it's harder. So almost like right here. And I'm going to hold the scroll wheel down. That's what I'm doing, holding the scroll wheel down, just like before. Click here. And let's see. Try that again. Coincident. All right. Select OK. So when you do this, let's go ahead and cut off our turn all these datums off, and there you go. Now what we need to do now, this is homework 1 for you. Go to File, and we're going to save as. And this is the Inventor to Creo assembly. It's going to be in that same folder. Okay. I guess we have to type this in here. Inventor to Creo. Select OK. Let's see here. Maybe just have to save it. Okay. All right. So now what I want you to turn in is I want you to print this. Okay, we still need to print this. So I wanted to save it as a PDF, and for some reason, let's see here, maybe we can do it here. Yeah, here you go. Microsoft or Adobe PDF, and print to file. Okay. Make sure you're in the right folder. And this is Inventor to Creo. Sorry, my fingers are too big. Save. I'm going to call this PDF. Save. I just called it PDF. Okay, so this is what you're going to need to submit. I will have another little assembly for you to do for this homework. This is homework 1. You'll have one more homework assignment to build an assembly. So that will be coming a little bit later in the week. Hope you're doing well. Please stay in touch with me. Let me know how you're doing. And appreciate your time. Have a good evening.